I'm Regina Robinson, CEO of Suited4Success College Planning Services. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Team PPI for such an awesome opportunity. I'm excited about sharing the stage with such renowned speakers. I'm here today and thankful for the opportunity that I'm able to share my story. So I want to just try and take you on a journey of how I discovered my purpose in the midst of my unknown. It's senior year, the halls are buzzing, everybody's in school, everybody's excited. They're talking about all the colleges they've been accepted to, the scholarships they've sent out, the college visits they've been on, and all along I'm sharing in the excitement. I'm like, yes, we are on our way to college. We only got a couple more months and we're going to be high school graduates. Well, all along in the excitement, it was pretense for me. I had not been on any college tours. I had not mailed out any applications, nor did I have the opportunity to even get started in the college process. So I went home that day and shared with my mother about the excitement that was going on, and I said, Mom, I feel upset because everybody is bragging about what they've done and I've done nothing. She said, well, what about your guidance counselor? Didn't she help you go through all that? I said, well, no. She said, well, you go in there tomorrow and you talk to her. You know me, I went back to school the next day, talked to my guidance counselor, and she said, Regina, right over there in the corner is a box of applications. Pick out the schools you're interested in. Make sure you do some scholarships and get your applications in. Well, that sounded great, but she was speaking a foreign language. Why? Because I had no idea what I was going to do with those applications. You see, I was a first-generation college-bound student. So neither one of my parents had an opportunity to attend college. So all along I'm going home and I brought an application home, don't get me wrong, just like they said do. But me and my mother sat down at that table and we tried to work our way through that application. We completed most of it, but I'm very sure we left a lot missing on the application. So she says, well, that's all right. You keep asking questions and you keep researching and finding out information. Why? Because I had big dreams. I knew I was going to attend college. I had been talking about it since I started high school, and my parents always instilled in me the importance of continuing my education. So there was no way I wasn't going to go to college. So I get back to school, and everybody's still excited. Everybody in the halls, they're excited, and I'm pretending still to be excited, but I know I haven't really done anything. It wasn't until my girlfriend came to school one day and said, guys, guess what? I found this college tour flyer hanging on a bulletin board. We should all go. So, of course, I was like, yes, let's go on a college tour. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to get to see college campuses. I hadn't been on any tours. We were all excited because none of us had been on any college tours before. Why? All of us, majority, were coming from first-generation college-bound students. So we got up all along. We're excited now. Don't get me wrong. I said I was excited. I got home. I said, Ma, guess what? They're talking about this college tour. I want to go on a college tour. Now, it took me a lot to come home and talk to her about it because I knew we really couldn't afford it. So she said, like every other parent in the room watching, she said, don't you worry about money. I'll make sure you get to go on that college tour. Just fill out the registration forms and make it happen. And I'll make it happen. Well, guess what? I went on that college tour, and it was my first glimmer of hope because I got an opportunity to walk on college campuses, see what it was like at those schools, see what they had to offer, and got direction of what I needed to do to make sure one of those schools could become one of my possibilities. So when I got back to school and all the kids was in the hall shouting, yes, it's college time, I was like, yes, it's college time. I was no longer pretending. I was just as excited as they were. Why? Because I knew I, too, was going to be attending college. So I got my applications in, I filled out for scholarships, and it was time for financial aid. Well, we all know, most of us don't even do our own taxes, right? So my mother was like, what are we supposed to do with this? It was all these formulas, all these forms, and we had no idea. But once again, we did our best. Why? Because I had big dreams and I was determined to ensure I can get through everything I needed for college. So we put in the information. Now, how many of y'all know my father did not live with me? But he was still a part of our family. So I searched him down. I was like, Dad, I need all your financial information. I need your salary. I need how many hours you work. I need to put all of that on the financial aid documents. That was my first biggest mistake. Because he didn't live in our household, I should not have included him in my financial documents. So when I got ready to get my financial aid award letters, guess what? I had all student loans. Well, I was devastated because I figured, how will I come up with the money I would need to pay for this college education? So I felt again I had to go back to my mother, and I did not want to burden her. But what, like every other parent, she said, don't you worry about the financial part. You complete your information and you will get to college. So it was time. Orientation came. I arrived to my college campus and I was excited. The buzz was no longer the high school buzz. It was the buzz on college campus. Everybody was there. And how many of you know we were 18 and we were free? The excitement was already set up for us before we could even get there. So we got there, experienced freshman orientation, and we were right on to classes. Well, college was a lot different than what I had planned. You see, I thought I was going to go there and use the same skills I used in high school to study, to balance my time, to focus, and to have my perseverance, like I'm always pushing to accomplish everything I set out to. Well, I would go to class, but I would have fun. I would go to class, but I have more fun. I go to class, and then I'll go to the parties. Well, again, let me remind you, I'm 18, I'm free, and my mother is not there to wake me up and force me to go to class. So I went to class, I went to the library, but I also went on the college campus and had parties and had fun also. So I went through my first year of college, and I was figuring, okay, I'm doing great. I'm getting this. I'm getting the hang of it. It's okay. I flunked out. I was devastated. Not because I flunked out. I was devastated because I had let my mother down. She had sacrificed everything to make sure that I can actually attend this college. Then I got there and I didn't do my part. So she says, oh no, because whether you know it or not, if you flunk out, you lose your financial aid. Well, it was loans anyway and a little bit of money. But I had to go to community college. But when I flunked out, I could have given up. I could have just said, you know what, maybe college isn't for me. But remember, I had big dreams. I was focused and I was determined. So I went to community college and did very well. My mother was totally impressed. She said, I tell you what, if you go back and do what you're supposed to do, I'll sacrifice once again. As usual, just like every parent willing to go above and beyond for their child. So I went back to college, but the difference this time, I had a new mindset. I valued my mother's sacrifice. I valued her investment in my education. And I valued the opportunities that my education were going to provide me. So I went back and made the dean's list both semesters. And so not for my parents, but for me, so that I can be proud of who I was and what I was setting out to accomplish. So I went through college. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't an easy road. And I tell my students as I sit down with them all the time, when you get ready for college and you go through the process, it's not going to be an easy journey. But when you are focused, when you have expectations, and you create and maintain a balance, there is nothing that you can accomplish. But you need assistance in accomplishing that. So we are always pushing and always striving to ensure our students are striving to reach higher heights. Why? Because I was that student. I know how they feel. Because I was the one who was told, get the applications out of the bin, do scholarships, make sure you complete financial aid, but no one was guiding me at that time. So you see, one of my favorite quotes is by Dr. Martin Luther King. And he says, faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. That is truly a blessing in my heart because for me, that's what I did. I took the first step by going on that college tour, by completing my applications, by attending college and graduating with honors, by going on to receive my master's degree from a prestigious college. Now, I tell my kids all the time, now I don't want you to take that I'm bragging about the prestigious degree because that's not it. But what I'm telling you to is encourage you so that you can value your sacrifices in the midst of the struggle. See, I took the first step and I could have ended there, but I kept pushing and I kept moving because I had big dreams. And I was determined nothing, and I mean nothing, was going to stand in the way of my big dreams. So when I finished college, I was a high school educator. And so my students would always say, Miss Robinson, you're always teaching us how to start our own business. What's your business? I said, oh, you guys, I don't have a business. I'm just dedicated to making sure you have a business. So they said, well, we know what your business is. They said, your business is all these high school seniors coming and dominating our classroom time so that you can help them with the college process. You see, just like it says, faith is taking the first step. God always have a plan. We just have to make sure we're following in his footsteps. So what should have been devastation for me was when my boss said to me, unfortunately, we have no more funding to carry your position here at this school because teaching entrepreneurship was an elective and not an academic main course. So that could have been my setback, but I was prepared for my biggest comeback at that moment. You see, I took that as a sign that God was saying, okay, if I don't push you now to go for more, you'll stay here and be comfortable, or you'll do what is in your comfort zone. So I had to step out of my comfort zone, and it was scary because I was a single mom on my own raising my daughter. So I said, okay, God, I'm going to have faith and trust you, so I'm taking the first step because I have to maintain providing for my child. But I know that if you says take the first step, you will never leave us nor forsake us. So I was there and thankful because I was able to step out and pursue my entrepreneurial journey. So everything I learned during that sacrifice, I was able to use. My focus, I became focused on building my business. My determination, I became determined to ensure no high school student had a dream that they could no longer turn or believe that they couldn't turn into a reality. So I made sure that I was going to pay it forward and that every child who desired to attend college knew that all things are possible as long as you do your part and you do your work. So I began setting out on a journey to empower youth and parents all around the world on educating them on what they needed to do to get prepared in the college process. So you see, again, I told you in the beginning, I'm Regina Robinson of Suited4Success College Planning Services. That's not a logo nor a business name. That is truly a living testament of my life. You see, I have gone through my journey, and now my journey allows me to use my life lessons as I empower other students to do exactly the same. So I encourage every person watching this and every youth watching this that it is so important for you to continue on your journey and believe that no matter how many obstacles you face, you can get to the next side. You can go through everything you need to go through as long as you are focused, determined, and always keeping your eyes on the end of what is promised for your journey. So as I continue in this entrepreneurial journey, I am continually going from level to level as I rise. And I am so proud to stand before you and share my story in hopes that someone knows that whenever times get tough, all you have to do is take the first step, and God has all the plans in order. But you must be prepared to rise to the occasion and take that first step. And I, Regina Robinson, am always prepared to take that next step. So as I continue going in my biggest comeback ever, I will not stop here. I will continue striving. I will continue maintaining focus and will continue to grow. Because again, my dedication is to building a better me, preparing for my daughter, and making sure all my families and students know that opportunity is always available as long as you are determined and remain focused. So again, I'm Regina Robinson of Suited4Success College Planning Services, and as I stand on this hilltop today, only as high as I reach can I grow, only as far as I seek can I go, only as deep as I look can I see, and only as much as I dream can I be. Follow me on all my social media platforms at S4S College Bound or at Suited4Success. And take a look and visit our website where we offer so many free resources at www.suited4success.org. We are, again, empowering youth to reach higher heights at all time, all levels, all phases in their educational journey, as well as their life journey, and as well as their career. So don't stop here. As high as you can go, you should always be reaching to reach higher. So again, reach for higher heights and continue to move, continue to grow, and continue to empower and pay it forward to someone else. I'm Regina Robinson, Suited for Success, College Planning Services. Remember, it's not a logo or business name. It is truly my living testament. Thank you.